Yo, what's going on, guys? Ax-SCB here, back again with another video. Apologies that it's taken quite a long time for me to come out with another video, but I do go live practically every other day, so if you want to catch me, definitely pop into my live stream. I'll be more than glad to take any questions that you might have about the game, or just come chill out with us. We've got a good community in my stream, so definitely be more than welcome. Today I want to go through just some mining basics, right? uh, the stuff that I explained in my previous video, most of that stuff is still relevant, so if you haven't watched my previous video, I'll definitely recommend you go watch that. Bear in mind, as I said previously, this game is alpha, right? So we're on version 0.8 right now, so things are changing, and there will be even more changes, right? So just bear with me in terms of getting the videos out there, because I want to ensure that once I'm getting the videos out to you guys, the information and the content basically stays relevant for as long as possible, right? um, so yeah, you may have noticed a few changes, just like user interface changes. um, we can definitely speak about that. Nothing too, actually no, to be fair, there is one big one. There's manufacturing, so now there's crafting in the game. um, so you're able to craft modules and ships now, right? So that's one. There's the in-game marketplace as well, um, where you're able to buy and sell resources, ships, um, personnel, components, everything basically, to be honest, right? So it's a complete in-game market. The addition of ETH is not being added into the market just yet, but um, that will be coming soon, right? So yeah, let's just concentrate more, mainly on mining and just getting your ship set up to do so. This ship that I'm in now is the Corvette SE, which is a Corsair class ship. Um, Not too bad actually. This is the MP version. Some of you may recognize this ship because one of the starter pack ships um, is the Corvette SE, but this is the mass production version. So this version is better than the starter pack version, right? All right. So um, what we're gonna do here is just get this ship set up, then we can go out and mine, and we can talk about some of the things to do with that, right? Okay, so most of the stuff I said is still relevant, so make sure you're taking all that into consideration when setting up your ship, right? So last video I spoke about keeping your eye on these figures, and ensuring that your ship can still run efficiently. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna load it up and just talk to you guys as I'm loading it up, and this is my reasons behind it. So as we can see here, also there is this ship can have up to 6 hard points, right? So we'll try and get it filled up with mining beams, and probably a weapon as well, because um, we need to defend ourselves against NPCs. Oops. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got a few. Don't know what's going on here. Okay, cool. Um, I'll just type in the name because I know what beams I want to use. So these beams I'm using thermal algae beams. These are 1x1s, right? So depending on what type of beams you have, mining beams that is, dependent on the space that it takes up on your ship. So these are 1x1s. So as you can see, it only takes up one slot. If I was to select 2x2 mining beam, such as the binary, as you can see, it will take up more slots, right? So this is a 2x2, takes up 2x2, right? Um, so yeah, take that into consideration as well when setting up your ship. So what we can do here, we could probably keep a binary. There's another beam called the astral. We could put that on there as well, right? Placement is everything as well, because you wanna make sure when you're building your ship, you wanna try your best to put all your module slots in, the best way you can to ensure you can like maximize how many you can put inside, right? Whether they're 1x1s, 2x2s, 3x3s, 4x4s, 5x5s, and so on. But obviously some ships can only fit, like the max you could probably fit on this is 3x3, right? So yeah, 3. Okay, so that's fine. Alright, so we're gonna put that there. So I'm just starting with the beams first, right? Just so that we're all good to go. I think I'll go with another thermal actually. Thermals at the minute are probably my favorite beam because their range is pretty good. These are the T1s though, so as you can see here, when you hover over it, it gives you information about the beams, right? So as you can see here, it says, oops, where did it go? There we go, 150 GU, right? So that means I can mine any asteroid that I'm within 150 GU from. The binaries, they take up a bit more space, right? But their yield is supposed to be more than the 1x1 beam. So mainly, the bigger the mining beam, dependent on what it is, right? It kind of does give you more yield when mining. Um, there's another laser actually. Let's see if I've got it here. Um, yeah. Oh, damn! I just found it. Where is it? Okay, here. So the Vulcan Cascade laser, right? This is a 3x3 laser, and as you can see, it's a big one, right? The power draw and everything is pretty big. Weapon range 130 GU, which is pretty good. But this beam here, I would rather put this on like a Prometheus class ship. But this beam here, the yield is pretty good on it, right? But I won't put this beam on this ship because it doesn't really make too much sense. So we got 4 out of 6. I think we can go for one more laser, one more mining beam, should I say? Oh, and as you can see here, I have a T2 version, right? So T2 versions of modules are basically just upgrades, right? So as you can see, this is the T2 thermal. You can see a bit of a difference, right? So the T1, sorry, the T1 has a range of 150 GU, whereas the T2 has a range of 175 GU, right? So as you can see, the higher the tier, the better quality the mining beam is, right? Okay, so we've added 5 out of 6, right? 5 out of 6 hard points are currently in use. I think we'll go for a weapon that we want to put in. I'll just go with, what weapon should I put in? I'll just go with something pretty standard, just to get rid of a few NPCs that might come and disturb us while we are mining. I'm gonna go for the gravimetric torpedo. This is actually a weapon out of the Star Trek set. Um, there was a Star Trek event months ago where um, you could buy Star Trek crates and you would get Star Trek ships and Star Trek modules out of those crates, right? So that's actually finished now, but I did manage to get myself a bunch of modules and a few Star Trek ships. So I'll use this one because it's a pretty decent weapon, and it's got a good range, and also the power that it takes is definitely not that big of a deal. So we should, I say should, right? We should be able to run it. So that's fine. All right. So now we've hooked up our mining beams and our one weapon, right? All our hard points are full up right now, so that means we're okay for hard points. Um, the next thing you want to do is a scanner, right? Because you want to be able to scan the asteroids that you're going to mine, and see if they have any ore left in them, right? Because what you need to understand is there's a lot of people in this game that are doing the same thing. People are mining certain fields, so you want to make sure if you're going to go mine in a field, you want to make sure there's actually ore in there and you're not wasting your time. So in order to find out where all the ore is, you need a scanner. um, I personally prefer to use the Xeno one pulse scanner, right? It's a pretty good scanner. It's a 1x1 module slot as well, which makes it even better because I can, it doesn't take up too much space when I'm fitting it in my ship. There are bigger scanners that can take up like 2x2s. I think the CJ, yeah, the Common Core. See, this scanner, as you can see, is a 2x2, right? Um, it is a pulse scanner, but I mean, I don't like this scanner as much as the Xeno scanner, because the Xeno scanner is more accurate, right, when looking for ore. So we've already got that. All right, cool. Um, so we've got our mining beams, we've got a weapon, we've got a scanner, right? So next, um, what you want to do, whilst also still keeping an eye on our power here, and also our draw and our power recharge, we wanna start building our ship up as well, because we know when we go out to mine, we're gonna experience, well, most likely experience some NPCs coming to stop us from mining, right? So we can put on some shields here. These are pretty basic shields that you could probably get pretty quickly into the game, right? So I'll just use these as an example, but there's a bunch of variation of shields that you can use. I mean, to be honest, actually, let's use the Kindle R ones. These are pretty good starter shields for sure. These are all T1s at the minute. The only module I have that's a T2 is a mining beam, right? So we just add a few shields, right? Keeping an eye on our recharge rate, on our total shields, right? We can add that because we don't want to get blown out of the sky by NPCs while we're mining. Um, so we've got total shields of 8800, shield recharge of 520. I'm not using like my best mods or anything like that. I'm just trying to show you guys from just like a normal point of view. Like most of these mods, probably you can buy these like pretty easy via the in-game market or OpenSea, right? And they're not going to cost you too much either. I haven't really checked the prices on the gravimetric torpedo, but I'm sure it's not too expensive right now. Um, there are like way better mods and stuff, so shouldn't be too bad. Alright, so we've put a few shields on, right? We've put a few shields on. Not bad. We're up to 13k shields now with a 780 per second recharge. We're not going to fringe space. If we was going to fringe space, we need a completely different loadout, right? Completely different. And I'm not even sure how well this ship will be able to survive, right? But obviously that also depends on what system you go to, because certain systems spawn harder NPCs, right? So there's a lot of things that we're going to go through, not all in one video, because already this is pretty long, so I want to make it in you know, good chunks for you guys to be able to digest. Alright, so I'm looking right now, and to me it looks like we possibly could have uh, a recharge issue, because as you can see here, this number is greater. The total power draw per second is greater than my power recharge rate. So if that's the case, what we want to do is get some power converters on here, right? Power converters help with your power draw and recharge rate. So let's see. See, as soon as we put the Apotheosis 99 dual core transmod, right, which pretty, you know, basic modules that you will be able to get just completing in-game missions, right? So you'll be able to, so as I said, majority of these modules you'll be able to accumulate pretty easy. Probably the gravimetric torpedo will give you the most issues, but I mean, they could put that could even be on sale right now, right? If we let's just check. Gravimetric torpedo. Okay, so there are some on sale right now on the in-game marketplace. So as I said, pretty cheap, right? All right. So now our recharge rate is still not greater. So let's add another one. Just about. Let's see what happens when we add another type of power conversion core. See what happens to that. Okay, so as you can see here, it's there's our recharge rate is greater than our total power draw, and that's the way you want it, right? You don't want to have your ship have a greater power draw than your recharge rate, because you know you ain't going to be able to recharge quick enough, and that could lead to a power failure. And if you have like a power failure in game, it's pretty costly. You won't be able to do anything for about 30 seconds, I believe. Um, so that's basically the difference between life and death, right? um, okay, so I think we're okay with that. I'm fine. I'm fine going out like this. Then just some movement um, modules would help as well. I hope I'm not forgetting nothing. Let's just put this in here because we're out of space if I am. So we just added two hush boosters. These hush X3 ion boosters, they're pretty easy to obtain, and you should be able to um, get them from completing a few missions in game, right? So yeah, we've got our mining we've got our mining beams, we've got our scanner, we've got shields, we've got one weapon, got our power converters, and some sublight boosters, just to give us, you know, that extra bit of speed while moving in sublight, not FTL but sublight, right? Um, the only thing I can think of, what you could add, yeah. So you know you can play around with this build, I guess, right? You could remove the hush booster, and you can add a cloaking device, right? So a phantom spark, right? That's a cloaking device, pretty cheap. You can pick that up as well. I'm not sure if you get them. No, you won't get these from missions, but as I said, once you start building up your in-game currency, your GRP, your GFC, you should be able to acquire this pretty easy, right? Um, so I think I'm okay with this. I mean, our power draw is kind of tight. Would kind of want it. Would kind of want this a bit lower than what it currently is right now. It is kind of tight, to be perfectly honest. Maybe because of the spark that I added. Right? Yeah, it was. That's fine. What we can just add the booster back, which is, yeah, that's fine. Um, it doesn't even make too much. Doesn't even make too much of a difference on the power draw. To be fair, um, let's check because there's a cloaking device as well. Okay, the cloaking device is not as good as the spark device because currently in the game's current state, it doesn't actually add any slipstream bonus or movement bonus, right? So also, so once you've completed a build, once you're comfortable with it, right? You know, you can always change your build, always tweak it. I'm constantly tweaking my builds, right? So, you know, no build stays the same for too long with me, right? Because I'm always thinking of ways to how to improve my ship and whatnot. Once you're satisfied with your build, right? All you need to do is save loadout, enter a name. I'll just call this core miner, right? Because we're staying in core and we're mining. So you just hit the save button there. Loadout with that name already exists. Okay, so I just learned something new. So you can't actually. So the loadouts are saved to loadouts and not to the ships. Because I've got a loadout called Core Miner, and as you can see, even though it's a completely different ship, I am unable to save the same name. So I will call it um, Test Miner. Hopefully, I do not have a name like that. Okay, cool, we're good. So yeah, so once you've saved it, that's fine. Loadouts. So yeah, so let's just say I scrapped this whole loadout, played with it, changed it around like we can do right now, just to give you guys an example of what I'm talking about. So let's just say I scrapped the weapon and I wanted to just fill up with like a cloaking device or um, what else? A repair bot. Oh no, that's a 3x3. Okay, so let's take that off. And I wanted to put on a repair bot, right? Uh, I can do that, but let's just say I'm like, okay, no, I don't want this anymore, and I've changed way more than what I've changed already. I can just go to loadouts, and I want to bring it back, right? I could just go to loadouts, back to test miner, equip, right? That's fine. Then it's equipping that. Then I'm back to my original build. All right. So in the interest of time, let's get out. Um, sorry. As you can see, there's a bunch to explain. So um, I hope I'm not overloading you guys right now, but I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. Um, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna literally get out there and go mining, go mine a few asteroids, so you guys get what's happening, right? I'm just loading up now. So as you can see, we got the drones that come out and scan us out, right? So now we're ready to go. As you can see, we're looking nice and pretty, ready to mine in this Corvair MP right now. So where to mine? Where to mine? So we hit our navigation button right here, opens up the map, and let's just go to the closest asteroid field. Just easy double click and engage slipstream, right? Engage slipstream. Make sure you have your engines turned up to 150%. You don't have to, but I like to get there quick, so I turn my engines up. I can turn all my sliders up actually. So as you can see here, it says only 60%, right? That is fine as long as you have enough recharge. As long as you have enough recharge, this doesn't have to be at 100%. Okay, I think we're going too fast, guys. We already went past the mining field or the asteroid field. Okay, so just give you guys some tips. Right here, you can see the game chat log, the net. Right, net shows you how many players are in the system. Logs is combat and mining. What I tend to do, because it's way easier, is to separate the two. Right, so all you literally need to do is drag logs, and you're able to expand. Whoops, I targeted asteroid. You're able to expand the window right there. Let's stop right here. Seems like there's a bunch of asteroids. So you're able to expand the window, click mining, so it gives you the mining log. If you click the combat log, obviously it gives you the combat log. Okay, so you can extend it right there. So that leaves you room to like concentrate on the game chat, right? So let's just say, you saw someone in the field and you wanted to have a little chat with them. Hi, that's fine. Or you can look at how many players are in the system, or if like someone else was in the same asteroid as me, I'll be grouped up with them, right? So as you can see, I'm by myself, players grouped 0. Alright, so first things first, shields, right? You want to put your shields up, make sure your shields are up, because if you don't, if you forget, it might not end well for you, right? Probably put on too many boosters because this ship is way fast. Alright, so now we're in the asteroid field, we've got our shields up, now we're searching for ore. So you want to hit your scanner. Alright, that Xeno scanner sends out a nice pulse, then voila. You get a bunch of logs back, spectral frequencies, gives you a whole bunch of colors and information there, right? Not gonna go too much into detail about what all these mean right now, because it can get really, really detailed, right? But the main thing is right now is, and yeah, the main thing is right now is, you wanna get out there, you wanna mine some ore, you just wanna make sure you're mining stuff, but there's resources in the asteroids. So as we can see here, there are resources within the asteroids. So we're gonna click on the asteroid we want to mine, right? One of those ones. You can click on a few different ways. You're able to just click on the asteroid like that. If you want to click on multiple, just hold down control, then you're able to click on multiple asteroids. This is dependent on your hard points as well. So as you guys remember, this ship only has 6 hard points, so therefore I'm only able to select 6 asteroids at a time, right? So if I had all mining beams as my hard points, I will be able to mine 6 asteroids simultaneously. But because I have 5, right? Because we added a weapon, we're only going to be able to do 5. So let's select our 5, right? Easiest way is to just click. You can either click on the screen or you can use a hotkey, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So if you want to do that, just press the hotkey, press 3, press 4, press 5, right? So you can do it either way. Depends on your preference. So as we can see here, I'm mining 5 asteroids at the same time. Gives us a nice log of what we're getting, right? As you can see, also it gives us a nice value, right? The galactic valuator of the ore that we are mining. So you get an idea of what the value is of the ore, right? So you give it some time, you let the cycles finish until you start seeing no ore collected, right? So that means that asteroid has been stripped, your mining beam has done its job, and you're good to go, you're good to move on, right? As you can see here, no ore collected, so we're all good. So you can decide to just click out, right? Or you can just hit Y. I like to hit Y, clears targets. That's pretty cool. Then you can like move on, right? I like to bring my engine down so I'm not missing too many things, right? So as you can see here, we've picked up a few more. So I'll just hit the hotkey, get mining. Sometimes, dependent on your scanner, it could pick up some asteroids that are out of range, right? So that's just fine. Just move on to the next one on the list and see if it comes within range. But also, you know, here it shows you how far it is from you. So it's within your interest to select the asteroids that are closest to you, and you can just mine. Right. So as you can see here, getting our ore, ticking up on the evaluator, checking our cargo. Right? You can also have your cargo screen up if you want. I mean, you know, dependent on your preference. I don't really have it up when I'm mining, to be honest. This ship is pretty small, so it can't really hold that much anyway. It can hold about 5 million cargo, but you can have it up, see what all you're getting, and yeah, that's up to you, right? But I don't really have it up too much. I'd only just do it just to rearrange some things, right? But yeah, we're just sitting here, we're mining. What you do with what you mine, that's completely up to you, right? Because once you mine it, it's yours, unless you was to get blown up, right? Currently, there is no permanent still, but now they have implemented into the game. If you were to um, get blown up or destroyed while mining, you currently lose 50% of the ore that you mined, right? So you you kind of don't want to get blown up because you don't you don't want to lose your ore. It will be dropped like the 50. You lose 50%, then the rest of the 50% will be dropped. Not too at a point not too far from where you died, right? You will be able to get that by checking your activity logs. Sorry if I just get rid of that real quick, sorry, so you guys can see. Um, so you should be able to, you know, get your activity logs, right? Then it will show you where you dropped your ore, and you can go back to those coordinates and get 'em. So yeah. So yeah, once you do this, you're good to go. You can sell your ore, you can take it to your workshop, you can refine it. Um, you know, there's a bunch of things, right? Because as I said, ore's used for crafting ships, crafting modules. You need ore, right? Ore is the main thing that makes this whole game go around, because you need ore to do a lot of things in terms of like crafting and sorry, yeah, crafting. Yeah, you need ore to make modules, ships, components, and things like that. So there's various recipes that you might need, different types of ore to make as well, right? And components and stuff like that. So um, that's all going to be available for you to see in game. I can show you real quick. Uh, if we uh, if we go to something that's craftable, energy weapon projectile. So like, let's just say you are crafting the MK1 quantum laser cannons. You can see the recipe, right? So pyrite shards, steel sheets, silver plated titanium wire. These are all things that come from ore, right? So ore is behind everything, right? So silver sheets and titanium to make silver plated titanium wire. Silver sheets, you get them from refined silver. So you have to mine the silver, refine it. Then once you have the refined silver, you'd have to refine it again to get silver sheets, right? Then in order to get that, then in order to get titanium, you just go find titanium, uh, put it in the refinery, then it comes out as refined titanium, right? There's going to be more around this to cover all of that. As I said, there's a lot of depth to go into, but already this video is pretty long. So I hope you guys get this, right? If you don't, please let me know, and you know, put in the comments below. Right, so just let me know your thoughts or any questions. And as I said, I do stream like every other day, so glad to take your questions. Also, you guys can join the CSC Discord. um, you know, there's loads of people there to help you out and guide you through it. There's also some other video tutorials there as well that you can learn, right? But yeah, I just hope this makes sense for you guys. Oh, we got some NPCs spawning. So this is why I say you need your shields, right? You need your shields. We've got some NPCs spawning on us right now. Oh, we're already getting attacked, guys. We're already getting attacked. Look at this. We're already getting attacked by these NPCs. Luckily, my shields are holding firm, right? So we got some PvP action right now. Alright, so we're gonna slow down. Just remember, you're gonna have to clear your targets in order to be able to target these NPCs, right? So you can hit T, right? T is easiest for me, or you can alright, let me just stop my ship because it's kind of moving pretty fast. Or you can just click on the targets, right? If I can. Alright, there we go. You can just click on the targets as well, right? So that's fine. So I'm going to use my gravimetric torpedo and hope that it's enough. If not, these guys are going to follow me forever until they end up killing themselves. Alright? Not sure if I had enough DPS, but now's the time. Also, it's good to, you know, kill NPCs because you can get drops from them, loot drops. They might drop components, they might drop blueprints, right? You know, they can drop a lot of useful things for you guys to loot off them and you know, use to your advantage, right? So we're gonna destroy these NPCs. Then we should be it. That should be it, right? Once you know, get to a certain point, I could probably do it right now, right? You don't even have to like stop everything you're doing and just kill them. You can, as long as your shields are good enough, right? You're able to just you know, target them and still target some asteroids and still mine. But watch your power, because if you see, oh, okay, see, look at that perfect example of watching power. I had my power cranked all the way up to 150%, right? My power's back. Okay, so we're gonna put our shields. So that was exactly what I'm talking about, and it was really good that actually happened just then, because that's a really good example. So as you can see there, I got a bit overconfident, and I tried to mine while taking fire from NPCs, and because all of my offense and defense was turned up to 150%, I overloaded and lost power. And once you lose power, you're basically a sitting duck for like 30 seconds, right? So yeah, more of the story is don't lose power, keep an eye on your power, adjust it, right? You don't always have to have it on 150%. That's just something I like to do, but you don't have to, right? And if you're going to have it on 150%, you need to make sure your ship can maintain it, right? This guy's out of here, right? And you know, just a quick show of the combat log right there. So as you can see, it was destroyed. The galactic value indicator or estimator shows up as $7.68. I don't get this money. It's just, you know, something that shows, right? You don't get paid in dollars right now. So yeah, I hope that helps. I know this video is super long. Sorry about that, but needed to explain these things and make sure you guys understand it, right? But as I said, let me know, give me some feedback. Hopefully this has been useful for you guys, and you've learned something about mining, right? But yeah, thank you so much for checking this video out, and catch me on my stream. The link will be below, and yeah, make sure you follow me on Twitter. Also, comment, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I really appreciate all the subscribers, and yeah, leaving a like rating would be pretty good for me. So thank you guys, and if there's anything else, just reach out to me or someone from on the Discord, someone from the team on the Discord, and yeah, should all be good. But yeah, thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys again next time. Take care.